In the Belgrad forest, Russia, a war demonstrates information dominance. A Russian Tor-M2 launches a surface-to-air missile. The missile vaporizes a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone. Chinese advisors celebrate unaware of the drone's data transmission. The dying drone transmitted GPS coordinates of all 15 trucks. Ukrainian operators in Kiev calculate strike vectors. The operation began 72 hours earlier with satellite detection. Maxar detected a clandestine arms transfer. Chinese PLZ-5 howitzers were being offloaded at Vladivostok. 15 artillery pieces were loaded onto Russian transport vehicles. This discovery triggered a cascade of intelligence collection. Switchblade 300 loitering munitions shadowed the convoy. Data streams provided real-time updates every 30 seconds. AI systems predicted convoy rest stops with 87% accuracy. The convoy represented a multi-billion-dollar procurement deal. Ukraine needed to interdict this shipment to save Kiev. How to defeat a heavily armed convoy with state-of-the-art air defense. Ukraine answered with a plan forged from unbreakable determination. A Ukrainian operator initiates the attack sequence. 25 attack drones lift into the darkness, armed with shaped charges. The drones execute a radical strategy called the Phantom Swarm. Flight paths mimic chaos, the movements of migratory birds. Psychological warfare aimed at the Tor-M2's AI. The Tor-M2 was designed to hunt supersonic jets, not butterflies. The incoming attack registered as natural atmospheric clutter. The drones carried 2-pound-shaped charge warheads. They flew erratically. This was the Phantom Swarm strategy. Mimicking chaos was key to success. Psychological warfare aimed at the Tor-M2's AI system. It was baffled. Designed to hunt jets, the Tor-M2 mistook drones for atmospheric clutter. For 90 seconds, the deception worked. The drones were digital ghosts. Static interference erupted on the Ukrainian operator's screen. An Orlan 10 drone had entered the area, actively jamming frequencies. The tactical situation inverted. The hunter became the hunted. A fireball was imminent if the control signals were pinpointed. 10 seconds. The Orlan 10 operator relied on combat instinct, sensing something wrong. Radar contacts moved like birds, but their coordination was too purposeful. He bypassed logic, calling the Spetsnaz commander about drone activity. The Russian response was immediate. An anti-drone energy weapon deployed. A silent beam lanced through the darkness. 3 drones fell from the sky. The Ukrainian operator felt adrenaline as 3 monitors went black. "We have lost 3 drones," he transmitted. "They are hunting our signature." The Phantom Swarm illusion shattered. The convoy commander issued orders. First, move immediately at maximum speed. Vehicles roared to life. Second, launch 2 additional Orlan 10 drones for a wider search pattern. Surprise was compromised. Spetsnaz conducted a hunter-killer operation. Every transmission broadcast the M113's location, Kornet missiles armed. The Ukrainian operator made a critical decision. He changed the rules. He activated the echo trap, not standard jamming, but a time-delayed echo. The Orlan's navigation received contradictory data. Digital chaos ensued. Russia's eyes in the sky were rendered useless. But this was a diversion. The Ukrainians faced a challenge: Russian drones in the sky. Conventional electronic warfare was not an option for them. Instead, they changed the game, deploying the Echo Trap system. It wasn't standard jamming, but a digital deception. The Echo Trap recorded and echoed the Orlan's command frequency. This created pure digital chaos for the Russian drone. The Orlan received conflicting data, thinking the enemy was far off. Russia's aerial surveillance was effectively blinded. But this electronic warfare was only a diversion. With the Orlan confused, Phase 2 was initiated: the Switchblade 600. The 50-pound precision munition rocketed into the sky. Its infrared thermal optics locked onto the Orlan's engine heat. For 30 seconds, the Orlan flew in circles, oblivious to its fate. The impact was catastrophic. A 10-pound warhead detonated. The primary Russian reconnaissance asset was turned into shrapnel. A brilliant tactical win, but the Spetsnaz were now alerted. The Spetsnaz knew the Ukrainian team was close and well-armed. Their Kornet launcher swiveled, seeking any enemy signature. The Spetsnaz commander was blind and enraged. He didn't deploy another drone. He called in a monster, the Kamov-52. The Alligator, armed with laser-guided missiles, sought to erase the threat. Its thermal imaging easily cut through darkness and forest. The operator locked on to the Ukrainian vehicle's heat signature. Inside the M113, a missile lock warning shrieked. Launching the Switchblade had signed his death warrant. Preparing a counterpunch, a canister launched with a sharp hiss. It soared 500 feet, detonating into a shimmering aerosol cloud. Engineered to bloom into a heat signature hotter than the M113. Adjusting mid-flight, the missile dove directly into the phantom cloud. A brilliant flash illuminated the forest as the missile detonated. Survival was not victory. The Alligator was still airborne. Enraged, the pilot swung his 30mm cannon into firing position. The Ukrainian operator launched his real weapon, a specialized drone. A first-person view drone with an experimental EMP warhead, carrying a compact, high-powered electromagnetic pulse generator. Its mission, a David versus Goliath, gamble, a one-way suicide run. The tiny drone registered as a minor anomaly on the Kamov's display. The operator needed proximity, not a direct hit, to trigger the EMP. As the drone closed within a few hundred feet, he triggered the detonation. Inside the Kamov-52, the world died with a silent digital scream. A wave of electromagnetic energy fried all electronic systems. The pilot was now flying a 12-ton brick in total darkness. His billion-ruble war machine rendered useless by a homemade drone. He did the only rational thing, limped back to base. The last dangerous threat neutralized. The sky was clear. At 4:21 a.m., the operator authorized the final attack. The entire drone swarm collapsed inward and dove at 120 miles per hour. Guidance systems locked onto the fuel tanks of each truck. A sharp crack as the shaped charge warhead struck the steel plate. A blinding flash and the deep boom of 600 gallons of diesel detonating. Ukraine threw the most expensive fireworks display in Belgrad's history. The $70 million Chinese weapons convoy was the guest of honor. The fuse was programmed with a 0.7-second delay for maximum penetration. The warhead penetrated completely, then detonated inside the tank, focusing its explosive force into a needle-thin jet of molten copper, slicing through the fuel tank like tissue paper at thousands of feet per second. The molten jet instantly ignited the diesel, amplifying destruction exponentially. If trucks were parked close, just feet of... The weapons convoy was the guest of honor in this deadly scenario. To truly understand the technical genius, consider the underlying physics. Each fuse was programmed with a precise 0.7-second delay. In that fraction, the warhead penetrated the steel wall, then detonated. The shaped, charge-focused force into a molten copper jet. That jet traveled at thousands of feet per second like tissue paper. The molten jet instantly ignited the diesel fuel, amplifying destruction. Trucks parked close triggered catastrophic secondary explosions. The first truck's death became the second truck's executioner. The entire convoy tore itself apart in a cascading chain reaction. The battlefield damage assessment told the complete story of destruction. 15 howitzers, 20 trucks, and 40 personnel eliminated in under 3 minutes. Financial loss exceeded 70 million United States dollars. Reconnaissance satellite confirmed the kill hours later with optical sensors. High-resolution imagery showed impact craters burned into the forest floor. Permanent scars exactly where Ukrainian intelligence had predicted. This precision strike immediately impacted the entire Russian war effort. The drone strike plunged the military network into chaos. An entire sector of the Russian front went dark for 72 critical hours. Russia's artillery advantage vanished overnight without the promised howitzers. Ukrainian forces seized tactical initiative and reclaimed contested territory. Russian commanders questioned the reliability of their new Chinese hardware. The invincible weapon system was converted into scrap metal. Modern warfare is fought with information dominance and calculated risks. Ukraine showed that drones can defeat conventional hardware with superior intel. Welcome to information warfare. See first, decide first, strike first.